Daddy hadn't been a fiend, Mama could have been the queen. An excerpt from Prince Harry's brand new book. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spellbound, a darker shade of black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. Prince Harry has announced that he is going to be writing his memoirs and publishing them with Penguin Random House in 2022. Now, this announcement he made about his upcoming memoirs being published by Penguin Random House was a shock to the royal family. Now, there seems to be some continuing animosity between your Prince Harry and the royal family, even though he tried to go out here and settle matters after the passing of Prince Philip. Unfortunately, it looks like there's still some unresolved issues between your Prince Harry and the royal family, because this announcement came out of nowhere and basically is going to be coming at the whole Jubilee event as related to his grandmother. So this book is coming out right around the same time as the Jubilee celebration, and it seems like it's some sort of passive-aggressive attack on the royal family. It's like passively he's writing a book, but aggressively he's going out of his way to continue to take shots at his family. Now, as the memoirs are being discussed in multiple articles, it is looking like your Prince Harry is focusing on two things. And the two things that he's focusing on really remind me of something that YouTuber David Carroll talked about as related to the Dear Mama syndrome. And it looks like to me that your former Duke of Sussex has a really bad case of the Dear Mama syndrome, because like your Tupac, who put his mother on a pedestal and said about the mother that even though you are a crack fiend, Mama, you're a black queen, we seem to have the same thing going on here with Prince Harry. Even though Daddy was a fiend, Mama, you could have been queen. And that's the thing I believe that really upsets your Prince Harry, is the fact that he found out that his father had a side piece and that he loved that side piece more than his mother. And because he loved that side piece more than his mother, this is the thing that really upsets your Prince Harry and is leading to him having this major grudge against the royal family. Now, according to sources, they allege that your Prince Harry's primary focus of the book will be about his relationship with his mother, and I believe that most of the book, if it's written, is going to be a lot like the Dear Mama syndrome, where he practically places the mother on a pedestal and sees her as infallible and talks about who he blames. And when you talk about who he blames, you clearly see that there is some sort of daddy issue and some sort of issue as related to how deeply he was hurt by this whole affair that his father had with Camilla Parker Bowles. And as the book is supposed to go on, he talks about who he blames, and then he talks about the grief of losing his mother at such a young age and how it has affected his mental health. Now, this is why I say that your Prince Harry definitely is a man in crisis, like I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And this whole series of events clearly shows how your Prince Harry is a deeply troubled man in crisis, because he's looking to get even with his father for having this affair on his mother, and because he's looking to get even with his father, he's looking to try to hurt his father. Now, I believe he first tried to hurt his father by going out here and doing things like getting on drugs and drinking. And when that didn't get his attention, then he escalated his behavior. Then he got out here and got involved with the Duchess of Ratchetness, Meghan Markle, and he was looking to try to continue to get his attention. And when the Duchess of Ratchetness really was not really phasing your Prince Charles, what happened was your Prince Harry then continued to escalate his behavior, looking to further try to hurt his father by going out here and saying, oh, I'm going to leave the royal family and go out here and be on my own. Now, this was another attempt to again get the attention of his father, but his father had that stiff upper lip, and whatever poo-tang from Camilla Parker Bowles must be some kind of good, because he really just did not care anything about this, what's going on. I guess maybe he's had to deal with these type of episodes with Princess Diana in the past when she was alive, and now he sees the same kind of drama going on with his son, and he's indifferent to it. So when he saw him talking about giving up his royal title, he just stepped aside and let it happen. And then your Prince Harry, even though he had given up his title, went over here to America, trying to go out here and try to make it on his own. His father was not fazed by any of this, and now he's going out here continuing to escalate his behavior, even after things have not really worked out the way he's thought they have. He's basically, as another part of the book, talking about how this has shaped the man he has become, and sadly the man he has become a beta male in crisis, who basically is married to the Duchess of Ratchetness and has his testicles inside of the change purse of her Birkin bag, and he's sitting there talking about how the memoir will focus on how this book partially will be about how he became the man that he was, an emasculated, weak beta male who continues to show how deep his daddy issues are, and how those daddy issues are basically making him focus on trying to find ways to hurt a father who just is completely indifferent to his efforts to try to get his attention. Now, your Prince Harry continues to go out here even after he had given up his crown and walked away from the royal family. He continued to take these shots at the royal family and continues to air dirty laundry like he did on the Oprah Winfrey special, where he tried to make the allegation that the royal family is racist. Unfortunately, most people weren't fazed, because most people who have read a history book know that the royal family is the first family of white supremacy. And the first family of white supremacy, basically, they are going to be a bunch of racists. So most people were not fazed when he presented this whole revelation, and he thought this was going to be a bombshell, but all it did was make it where he was basically looking like a fool, and he just keeps escalating things and looking to cause drama, just like a female. Unfortunately, that is the par for the course with your beta males like your Prince Harry, due to the numerous issues that they have, and he continues to escalate his behavior in this passive-aggressive manner, again, passively looking to go out here and do these sorts of business deals like the Oprah Winfrey special and this book where he's going to be paid $20 million, but aggressively he continues to take these shots at the royal family underhanded. Now, the Queen did try to talk to Harry about this whole issue and try to resolve it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like things are resolved, because your Prince Harry continues on with his deeply troubled daddy issues, and he continues going out here looking to escalate his behavior, and that has some members of the royal family really upset, because they won't want any sort of dirty laundry to reveal skid marks in the drawers of the royal family. They don't want people seeing the little brown line in the back of the crack of the royal family's drawers. So what they want him to do is really chill out, but unfortunately, your Prince Harry, still with his mommy issues and daddy issues, continues to go and yank out the skid mark drawers of the royal family and show them to the world. And what he really wants to do is go back to Buckingham Palace, grab a pair of Prince Charles drawers with a skid mark in the back, and show it to the world and tell the world that your Prince Charles shit stinks. That's basically what your Prince Harry wants to do with this book, and that's what he wants to do with this entire whole incident right now. He's announced this book for the world out here, because he wants to go out here and yank out those skid mark draws and show them to the world. But all he's doing, ironically, is showing the world that your Prince Harry, like the late Tupac Shakur, has a clearly big case of the Dear Mama syndrome. Now, the Dear Mama syndrome is where your male who grows up in a household with a too close attachment to his mother, all he thinks about is putting his mama on a pedestal and not seeing the real person that's there with all of the character flaws. And that's what happened with Tupac Shakur's classic lyric, "Even though you were a crack fiend, mama, you are a black queen." That is what Tupac Shakur was saying in that song, and it really showed how your Tupac really did not have a clear understanding that his mother was extremely dysfunctional. And the same thing is here with your Prince Harry as related to Princess Diana. With Prince Harry, he, like Tupac, sees mama as a queen, and he doesn't really see the mama the same way that his father saw his mother, and he really does not have an objective picture of his mother, and that's why he's got one of the worst cases of Dear Mama syndrome. And because he's got that bad case of Dear Mama syndrome, he's out here looking to go out here, and because he cannot go into the royal hamper and get the skid mark draws of Prince Charles out of his hamper, he's looking to go out here and put a skid mark on the royal family with his book, and he hopes it's probably going to be super scathing in a formal way. But the whole thing is, it's hurting him more than it's hurting Prince Charles, because Prince Charles is doing what any regular man is going to do when a dude takes a shot at him, and that is not be fazed at all, because any man out here is not going to be fazed by a guy's words. He's not going to be fazed at all, and that's what's really gotten under your Prince Harry's skin, like most beta males, is that he cannot get an emotional reaction out of a logical thinking man, and that's what's got him simmering and boiling all around, because he cannot go out here and get Prince Charles upset at him. He cannot get him hurt. Yes, he got an emotional reaction out of his grandmother and his grandfather, who were trying to make him stop his mess, but this beta male isn't going to stop, because he's still simmering and boiling in his mommy issues. And because he's simmering and boiling in his mommy issues, this is why he continues to boil in rage, taking shots at the royal family thousands of miles away in the United States, living a mediocre life with the Duchess of Ratchetness, and destroying himself because he's still hurting about the love he could not get from mommy and daddy. Now, I would love to laugh at your Prince Harry, but he's just a very sad man, and I can't really bring myself to laugh at somebody so deeply troubled, because this book is all about telling a story of the Dear Mama syndrome, and we know what happens to those who believe in the Dear Mama syndrome. Now, if you'd like to see me make more videos about the dysfunctional royal family, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. Or you can pick up some of my bloody good fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, such as the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, ISIS, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess, featuring a bonus pin-up and the other 2 books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today.